3. Hello guys, welcome to my episode of being an international student, and this is the part 2 of this podcast. It also reflects the previous discussion we had about how I planned on studying in UK and the documentation, the application process, the admission interviews, and how I navigated. And I was successful, and I got the admission. I prepared, and I was able to, get everything situated, got my student visa, and started my trip. And I, stopped where I arrived at the airport. So that was the previous discussion we had. So I would like to continue from there today. So after I landed, my first week in UK, it was amazing. It was really cold. So I had a checklist that helped me to, navigate around and also, make sure I landed safely. So one of the steps I took, it's landing at the airport. I took the speed train from central London, which took me to Luton, Bedfordshire, where the school was located. So, after landing, and getting to the university, I first met, and greeted some of the taxi services, for international student arrivals at the nearest airport. So I was able to, observe, and, it helped me to, take the stress out of the arrival, and I ensured that I reached the new home that was being provided by the school, which was a minimum stress. So after that, the next step I took, since I was still new in UK as a student, I went ahead to get to introduce myself, to the arrival team at the graduate school there. So each university will have student ambassadors all over the world, who can help you settle in your new home and in your new school environment. They came and informed me about upcoming events and guided me around the campus, and I was able to, ask questions, and I was able to, do anything related to the university guidelines as well. Then the next step is absorbing and adapting to the new environment. So it was a welcome week event. Being a new student, abroad, it was interesting. I got to meet new people from different parts of the world, from different countries, from Canada, from Australia, China, India, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, South Africa, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Togo, Ukraine, Russia, United States of America, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina. I met a lot of students from all over, different continents that we have. Guess what? I was able to, meet the freshers. We're freshers, so it was Freshers Week. So it was a huge event, I had the chance to be able to meet new people, and I got to also know my surrounding. So I also took trips of areas of local interest, like some of the supermarkets, the farmers markets. Then we had this supermarket. It's called Pound Store. Everything there was cheap. It was being sold less than a pound, not above £1. That was back then. So I was able to, get a welcome lecture, and we had evening outings as well, which was part of the schedules. So it made most of the freshers welcome week stress-free, and it was full of social events as well, which made it very, very interesting before study begins. Then the next step is to consider the healthcare in UK. So as a student, you are obliged, you are expected to, part of your tuition you've paid, part of the tuition goes to your health care insurance. The healthcare in the UK actually is free, through the NHS. So all you have to do, is to register with a doctor at your earliest convenience. So each university will have a campus doctor who you can, visit for all your healthcare and, related issues, and also, just to have preventive cares as well. So that's important. And the next stage is opening a bank account. So once you are settling, remember to open a bank account, because all the UK universities, they all advise students to open bank accounts. And do not bank remotely from your home region, which means your city of location, where your campus is located. Just try as much as possible to follow the simple steps that the university gives you. The University Student Center is there to assist you with any question you have, and that will help you to navigate around and get your bank account open successfully. So the second step to consider, checking your Tier 4 visa status. That's the student visa. Most international students studying in UK will be there on a Tier 4 student visa. There are numerous conditions, to follow to ensure that to ensure your immigration status is secured, and is crucial to follow them as well. So you'll be given, numbers of hours to work part-time jobs if you want to, and also if you are unsure about anything and cannot do with your visa, each university has a dedicated team that will help you with, inquiries regarding your current status, and also topics such as working rights, and also navigating around opportunities, internships, apprenticeships, and also other further research that will build you personally and professionally as well. However, apart from the making sure all your documentation is intact, make sure you have a safe box where you save your passport, your ID cards, and other important things. And also have a backpack that you have your wallet, your book notes, and your accessories for classes as well. And make sure you go along with your ID anywhere you go, at night, morning, afternoon, evening. Always go around with your ID card for identification, just in case. The next step is to review the national insurance details, and working in the United Kingdom. Since you are a student, so what I did, I worked while I was studying in the UK part-time on weekends. So it's crucial that you do not break the rules, because it's stated on your student visa. You have numbers of hours every week to work as a student, which is understandable. So you also need what is called a national insurance number, which the visa team can assist you with that. So that will serve as like an identity number that you can use to, get your driver's license, register in different clubs, and also you have the opportunity to volunteer as a student. So me, upon arrival, I went through all these checklists, and I now joined a team called Luton Scouts. I help to volunteer on Sundays, to help the community in assisting the youths there to learn how to, have those skill sets that they are unable to learn in the classroom, due to lack of resources, lack of parental guidance, and some of them lost their parents, their orphanages, so they don't have someone to care for them. So I volunteered to kind of give back to the community, and I also played table tennis game in order to raise fund to donate to these charities as well. So this journey, it's really relevant because it goes a long way. You have the opportunity to eat different kind of food. So when I arrived, I ate oyster, I ate shellfish, I ate the British gammon, which is made from bacon mixed with egg, fried egg, and I was opportune to learn new food and how to cook new stuffs as a student. My favorite was the mashed peas. In America we call it mashed potato, but in England it was called mashed peas, which was different, made from peas, green peas. Well, in America you have mashed potato made from potatoes, so they were all mashed. So that was one of the steps, and adaptation that helped me to adjust as a student. Then coming to the weather aspect in England, it's very cold. You get to wear your thick jackets, your hand gloves when it's rainy, snowy, icy. So you have your boots, and always have a checklist, and follow your timetable as well. In classrooms, you'll be taught remotely sometimes, and during my time, I had access. I had access to, my computer, which means in the classroom you have digital lectures, which will help you in, having your class at ease. By the way, one of the most interesting part of it was I went to this supermarket and oh wow, all I saw was food, fruits, nuts, chocolates, ice creams, wine, juice, everything was there. It was like, this is amazing. So I tend to, shop around, and I was able to get whatever I wanted. And you have the opportunity as well to interact and get mentorship, which means you have mentors in your respective universities upon arrival. Like me, I made sure I had a very good friend of mine, which were in the same classroom. So after class, we go to read together, and he always helped me out. But from the beginning, sometimes it's difficult as individuals to kind of open up to new environments. But all you have to do is to humble yourself and just believe in yourself that this goal that you've set for yourself, you are aiming for achievement. The reason why you left your destination and you arrived at this new destination, you have a goal and objective. So the aim is to stick to those goals. I know sometimes challenges, distractions could prevail, and it's our responsibilities as students to always make sure we absorb knowledge, skills, and also have patience. The Roman Empire, Rome in the ancient days was not built in one day. It took a while before they built the Roman Empire, and the emperor had the strongest warriors that you could ever think of on this earth. So just to go back to history, always know where you started from, where you are right now, and where you are heading to. So that will help you to kind of have the strength, the courage as a student to keep pushing, and have the motivation as well, never to give up, because you know where you started and where you are. Even though sometimes some of the classes were difficult, sometimes we'll write these exams. I remember one time I wrote one of the exams, I sat down at the back seat. Then the professor realized I was sitting down at the back seat. She now asked me, why am I sitting down quiet? And I told her that I was being patient to observe and absorb and practice. And, you know, spread my wings. So she laughed and she now said, "Oh, you must be gifted." I was like, "Amen." So, what I'm saying is sometimes as a student, your professors know who you are even before you arrive on campus. They've done their research with technology. They know who you are, where you're from. They've done, their background checks. So it's advisable to have modesty, and whatever you do it right, and also check with others as well before you do anything. Which means, you might have friends, you might have mentors. Just make sure you have a mentor that you are able to kind of communicate with, to be able to get some validations, and also some advice on how to go about navigating your career choices, because it's very difficult as a student, you know to kind of, you are packed with a lot of assignments, examination, article writing, research papers. Sometimes it goes a long way for you to kind of balance life. So work life balance is very important, which means proper planning prevent poor performance. So those are the 5 letter P's formula I want to give to you. So when you sit down, you write down your plans for a good 1 year. You'll be like, okay, I have 11 courses I want to pass. So what I will do is I'll plan, which means I'll go to the library, I'll have discussion groups, I'll have my individual research, I'll have questions sent to my professors for answers, just to get constructive feedbacks. So you've planned right, which is a proper planning. So in order to prevent failure, it's for you to follow up those plans that you've written down for yourselves to achieve within that 1 year in school. So in order to follow up, it means you have to be checking with your professors, you have to be checking with yourself as well. Mentally, you have to check with yourself if you're really happy, what you are doing. Because at the end of the day, we are all supposed to love what we do, how we do it, and when we do it. So the matter of studying in school, you have to have that passion, cultivate the passion to read, observe, meditate, reflect, then give back. So those formulas helped. Proper planning prevents poor performance. How can we prevent the poor performance? It's by studying, going to the library, whatever you read, you write. When I was on campus, so whenever I read, I'll kind of take breaks. When I'm tired, I'll take naps. I'll go out, do some exercise,